Welcome to Scared Out of Our Collective Heads. I'm Patrick.
I'm Kevin.
And we're here again with a great horror movie and one of the best vampire movies ever.
Yes.
Interview with a Vampire.
Interview with a Vampire is really special in kind of the history of vampire movies, scary movies in general, vampire movies in particular, because this is the one that kind of introduces the sexy vampire that we have now. And it changed the way that we see vampires, I think.
Yeah, it did. Before this, vampires were seductive and sexual and everything, but this put it over the top. This brought us great things like Buffy and Angel, but it also brought us Twilight. Opening this up. But this movie did so many great things in regards to the horror genre and the vampire genre. It set some great rules in regards to how one becomes a vampire, what happens when you become a vampire, and what it's like to be a vampire.
Yeah, because if you go back and you look at the original Bram Stoker's and the things that led up to it, because Bram Stoker was not the origin of vampires.
Not at all.
But a lot of people see it that way because he codified a lot of things and brought in various mythologies to create the vampire as it was then. And this Anne Rice, her material, is the next evolution of that, and that brings us up to where we are now. It brings everything together.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. One of the things that I really enjoyed about this is the interaction of the actors. You see some great interaction with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, and a very young Kirsten Dunst, and it's great seeing these people playing these interesting characters and trying to figure out how they fit into our world and how they fit into their own world as it is. Kirsten Dunst, is basically turned into a vampire, and she grows up mentally and psychologically. Yeah. But she will always be a 12-year-old girl. No matter what happens, she's stuck in that body. Yeah.
It's also very fun to see the empathy with which we're able to experience these characters, where you don't really have that before. Yeah. In most things, they are the villain, and that's most of what they are.
Yeah.
And where we're able to see things through their eyes. We're able to see, in particular, the loneliness and isolation that comes with eternal life, because that's something that a lot of us, myself included, hadn't really considered. It's just, they've been around forever. But when you consider something like that, and it's kind of like Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Like at the end of Groundhog Day, Bill Murray's character has developed mentally to a completely different level, and this was something. Interview with a Vampire shows that level, but it also shows the emotional toll that would take on a character.
It really does.
And why they feel the need to create more and have someone to talk to.
Yeah.
And hence the interview.
Mm-hmm. And it's fantastic. So if you haven't checked it out before, go check out our Interview with a Vampire and let us know what you think about it. Take care.
Thanks.